Good afternoon. This is Dave with a Sunday edition of the Daily Blooms, April the 14th, 2019. As I promised yesterday, I had some beautiful orchids that were in bloom that had been in the greenhouse, and before I sprayed for the bugs, I brought them inside, brought some of the ones that I needed to get sprayed in the house here, put them in the greenhouse for the bug spray to spray on them. And I wanted to show you some of these beautiful, beautiful orchids that are in bloom right now. I think all but one of them was in the greenhouse. Actually, this one right here, and what do you call them, iguana, apple blossom or whatever, was in my front living room. Surprised that it did so well in there, as it has a lack of humidity, but it is certainly a beauty. This one was hanging up in the peak of the greenhouse. Beautiful coloration of these cattleya. And look at the lip, the orange and the red mixes. It's very pretty. These three with three more to bloom. This is on a mount. It's been on this mount probably a couple years now, maybe more. I don't know. It's one of the first ones that I got, I think, and obviously likes it. Back there we have a nice Tolomnia that I got, I think. No, I guess I've had that Tolomnia for a while. I'm looking around. Here's another beautiful one that was in the greenhouse right here. This one I've had for several years. Some of my earlier videos show this one in pictures that I had. I'm guessing I've probably had this 4 years now, maybe 5. This is a beauty also. Looks to be about 9, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 7 blooms on it. And something, I don't know what it is, and I think it might be that one, it just has a beautiful fragrance. Could be the apple blossom too up there. Here's another beautiful yellow one. That was in the greenhouse, stuck up on a shelf. Another nice Tolomnia. It's blooming right there. It's on its last bloom. This beautiful white one, white cattleya, was in the greenhouse in the peak. Doing well. This, whatever you call them. I never can think of the name of them. It's come along nicely. It has been in here. That dendrobium that I got a long time ago is still going strong. That's one of the ones that won a third. This is over a year old, and this was won third place. The orchid show. A lot of the minis that I got this spring, when Sunset Valley Orchids released them for sale, I bought I bought 2 of each, I believe, and they are now starting to bloom. This is a beautiful one right there. Now these minis, once they start blooming, they're supposed to be capable of blooming 2 to 3 times a year. I don't know, that one's going to be a yellowish with a purple lip, a maroon lip. Here's one that's just opening up. Not open all the way yet, but it's going to be a beauty too. There's another one. When you buy these, you get what you get. I mean, you might get a beautiful, stunning one, or you might get a dud that isn't very bright or very pretty. But at least these 2 are going to be nice. That's a very pretty colored one there. Over here we have a beautiful cattleya. But there again, this was in the greenhouse. I did have this in bloom last year at the Genesee Region Orchid Show, I believe. I can't remember. I think it placed, but I don't remember. Last year the blooms the growth was more all the way around the pot. This year it seems to be centralized on this one side. But irregardless of fact, it's still beautiful. Beautiful blooms, beautiful orange. Another one is a beauty. Is this big apple blossom. Now these are apple blossoms, and you can see there's more yellow in this one than there is in this one over here. But this also happens as they age, they change the color. But this one has that yellow in it. It's been yellow ever since it's opened. This one is a candidate. It's got some scale on it. I got to get it out and get it treated. In the next round, probably, I'll take it out. But I wanted to show it. It's been hanging here all winter. Several growths on it. And several blooms. This one is a mounted one. It's on its way out. There again, it's a beauty too. Guess that does it for out here. This is the area that had most of the scale infestation, with a little bit of mealybugs thrown in for good measure, I guess. So all these got taken out, got sprayed. What's still in here didn't seem to be infected too bad, except that apple blossom one. So I'm going to take you in the plant room because there's some nice ones in there too. So we'll pause this briefly as we go to the next location. Okay? Okay, so we're in the plant room now. I just shut the humidifier off so you can hear me. This is one of the orchids I got 2 weeks ago at the Genesee Region Orchid Society from Main Street Carpets. Or Main Street Carpets, I always want to call that. Main Street Orchids in Pennsylvania. It's a falcata cross. Very nice one. Here's a vanda that I've had for a couple years that was in bloom this morning when I went out to the greenhouse. Very pretty two-tone yellow with gold lip. In fact, it looks like the lip is spotted, is it maybe? I can't tell for sure. There's one up there in the plant room. It's got several blooms on it, or buds on it. Two nice blooms. So you can see it's growing out of its pot. Let's see, what else do we have in here that I want to show you? Well, there's a beautiful vanda over here. That was in the greenhouse. I've had this one probably 3-4 years. I buy the vandas, a lot of them miniatures, from Moats Orchids down in Florida. I've had good luck with all of them, and they're very pretty. Vandas are starting to bloom now. Over here is a couple of little miniatures I want to show you. There's another one that I got. Another one that I got at the orchid show. If you look at the blooms, they are pinkish with the white spots on. I got that from Main Street Orchids. A lot of my miniatures up here. This one you can't see very well, but yes you can. Look at the beautiful little yellow flowers on it, and they're yellow and with a red throat. This thing is just loaded with buds. It's been flowering for, well, just after the orchid show, of course, because it wasn't open yet to take it up to Rochester. It's another one I wanted to take to Rochester right here, and it didn't open up in time for me to take to Rochester. This is one from Andy's Orchids. This is a the Potosies, however you pronounce it, I don't know. But there's two up there that I got from J&L Orchids, miniatures. A couple more right here I got up to Rochester. J&L, one of them's from, the other one's from Main Street Orchids, I believe. And this one down here is about done. It's been blooming quite a while. It's very pretty. And several more in here. I need to treat them, but they have to be when I get some of the things out of the greenhouse because I don't have the room. This is a beautiful mounted one that's been in bloom. It's got another bud on it. It's doing great on that mount. I guess probably that's all in here, and that'll probably wrap it up for today as far as what we have in bloom. As always, thanks for watching. So long.